This is The Brief, a series where Adobe sends creators like me a box of inspiration to create an amazing piece of art. Hi, my name is James Tralie, and I'm a producer and animator at NASA, and I also create dreamy 3D environments that invite you, the viewer, to walk into and explore a beautiful oasis. Today, Adobe has sent me this box right here that we're going to open up and see what's inside. So inside the box, we have a prompt that says, to design a structure or architectural element of your dreams. We have inspiration inside, so let's check it out and see what we got. The very first thing I see when I open up the box is this card that has an item prompt which asks to find a shape or texture in your immediate surroundings you're drawn to and bring it into your design. If you followed my work before, you know just how much I love and appreciate good lighting design and how essential it is to really elevate the final product of your work. So looking around my space, you see over my shoulder here, this little lamp here. So let's actually photo scan this and bring it into our final piece. Also in the box is this super vibrant, colorful poster here. And so this can serve as inspiration for kind of the color palette of our scene. We want it to be super vibrant. We want it to be filled with nice, colorful life. So we can use this as our inspiration. We've got a ruler, as well as the golden ratio. So thinking of our piece, we want it to be a nice, harmonious, well-composed scene. We also have this little wooden cube that kind of can serve as color inspiration and texture inspiration for me. I want this to be a nice, light, airy space that really just feels super inviting for you, the viewer. And the final element of our box is this little vase here that has, again, some nice texture inspiration for us. And so for me, I really love the space I live in here. I've worked very hard to design it to make it both relaxing, but also very inspirational for the work that I do. What it's missing though is direct access to a beautiful jungle environment. So let's make my space just filled with tropical plants, vibrant colors, and this dreamy jungle oasis. So in designing all of my renders, all of my pieces, one of the very first things I do is search for inspiration. And so for this one, I browsed through a lot of the Adobe stock library to try to get some color and texture and environmental inspiration for this piece. I found a couple videos and photos that I actually downloaded because I wanted to comp them together into a really dreamy background for our scene. For the scene itself, I actually just took a picture of my room, went into Photoshop and cut out the windows, and then brought this into my 3D software and actually modeled out the space in 3D. I filled this with all kinds of plants and life, also using some elements from Adobe stock, some really, really beautiful flowers and plants that just add that extra touch of vibrance to our scene. So remember that lamp that I was talking about before? I actually took a bunch of pictures all around this and brought it into Adobe Substance Sampler. Inside the software, I was able to load up all of the images I took. It took a couple seconds to process and created a really awesome 3D model of this lamp that I was able to bring into my final piece. You can see it right there in our scene. I also did a lot of work with a photo scan of a column that I wanted to add into the scene to add this kind of temple jungle feel to it. So I brought this into Adobe Substance Painter and did quite a bit of work to texture and get this all set up. Adobe Substance Painter allows me to really quickly design some fantastic textures for my scenes. Quite a few layers to kind of mix different colors and textures together to get to the look that I wanted. This kind of worn, weathered column with a little bit of mossiness to it that would blend really well into our jungle scene. Over in After Effects, I worked on a bit of matte painting where I kind of photo bashed a bunch of these different videos and pictures of Adobe stock elements that I brought in. So we have some mountains, we got a really nice jungle scene, and a couple different waterfalls that I was able to comp together into our 3D environment in After Effects. I had the camera tracking data from my other 3D software, which allowed me to place this and have it sit perfectly in a render. I did a little bit of compositing, a little bit of color correction, and then brought this into Adobe Premiere where I put in some sound design and the piece just really comes to life. For now, I'll have to settle for how my apartment is laid out, but at the very least, I can still dream with some of these awesome 3D software from Adobe to imagine what my potential environment could be like if I made it into a jungle oasis. Let me know in the comments what dream environment you'd like to have outside your own window. Thanks for watching. Check out more episodes of The Brief right here and start creating yourself with a free trial of Adobe Creative Cloud. Like and subscribe for more inspiring content.